Hey everyone, this is Beth from Art by Bedell, and I have another journal to share with you. This journal has been a commission journal, and it is a combination farm, agriculture, and permaculture journal. So I usually put 3 signatures in my journal, and she wants to use each one for each category that I have just named. So we have the same as I usually do. It is a fabric covered Amazon bag. It measures 8 by 12. It has a 2-inch spine, a 7-hole pamphlet stitch, and like I say, it's been fabric covered, and then on the inside is some basil cardstock. It has been machine stitched all the way around. The closure is a strip of fabric. She wanted burgundy, a moss green, and brown. So we will open this up so that we can see better what we have here. We have, as I normally do, a panel. I start with a panel and decorate that and then attach it to my journal. And we have some frayed fabric here, burgundy fabric here, and some fibers that goes around, frames it with some cheesecloth. The name of her farm is Seasons View Farm. So we have the 4 seasons here with the trees. And here is our 2-inch spine. And then on the back, we have their photo and some more of the burgundy fabric. So as we get into this, here is our green basil cardstock. This is our front page, which is what I normally do. And I have a library pocket with a library card and then a little tag on the inside. We have a tea bag here and some vintage ledger, no, it's a calendar page from 1907 here. So in the first section, she wanted it to be farm, and so we have her farm animals that she has, like chickens and ducks and some cats. What else does she have? Horses. We have our fabric ruffle that I have just been kind of falling in love with and been adding that to a lot of my journals lately. Here's a little kitty on a post. This is some eco print paper. And then we go in, we have our flip outs. Now for this journal, we also have 9 flip outs, 126 pages, 50 journaling cards or tags, one or the other. Paper pads, there's 3 of them of 3 different sizes. They each have 12 pages in them. There is a 1 mini journal, 1 waterfall, 1 fold over the page tag, a writing board, and oh, the papers are just lots and lots of different kinds of papers. We're gonna start here with a fold out, and this is a book paper here about birds. And then we have some of my coffee stained copy paper, and this was done with Queen Anne's lace, which is all around our area. And we have a little horse here on the side. This paper folds in, and this flap folds over like that. We turn the page, we have a goose. We have lots of Canadian goose around here. She wanted to keep everything that was like in the area, that was native in the area. And then inside this pocket, we have a tall tag with a farmer that is pulling his hay up into the loft, and they used to use the hay fork for that. And then my journal cards or tags have all been made out of the green cardstock embossed with copper embossing powder, stitched around, some gesso on the back with stamped lines. This is just a card that I found about our Audubon Society, and I just thought that would be cute to put inside. And this is a paper bag here. I have attached 2 pieces of 8.5 by 11 copy paper, stained coffee paper, so that we can have them as big and as wide as my journal. Usually I have just the single sheet folded in half, and then we have some smaller pages. Over here I have a pocket made out of some government paper that's vintage paper. And inside the pocket, I have some of the flowers that I had laminated this summer with wildflowers that were just grown alongside the road. And we made a little pocket. And then inside the bigger pocket, we have a bigger journaling tag. And these are some clip art, some free clip art that I had got of native plants in our area. And more journaling room on the back. And this was made on some cleanup paper. I've been calling this cleanup paper right along, and I'm going to change that and make it sound a little more sophisticated by calling it mixed media paper, because it is mixed media paper when I'm done with it. We have a duck here, all this journaling space. We're going to move right along, or we're going to have a very long video here. 2 pockets here, one up, and we have our rooster. She has lots of chickens. So in here we have an old farmhouse kitchen, and then we have a hen here. So, and this is on some book paper. This one has a flip out, 8.5 by 11 piece of coffee stained copy paper, folded in thirds, glued on the middle part down, and we have a flip out. Here are 2 of the half sheets of paper that I was talking about. Well, they're not half, they're full, but I just folded them in half and then made smaller pages. We have an invoice here with some ducks on it and a page tab at the top. I like to use ledger paper in various ways. Here, and I'm not sure where I seen this idea, but we also need to have bees, because without our bees, our animals would not have any food. We wouldn't have any flowers, we wouldn't have any food. So here is the bee. And then we have some native flowers here and here. And then, like I say, I don't know where I got this idea from. I apologize to whoever started this, but anyhow, it flips out like this, so that you have an 8.5 by 11 coffee stained copy paper that you can write on for journaling. And then that just all, oops, let me get it right. And this has been stained with Queen Anne's lace. Fold that all right back together, put our little journal cards back in. And moving on to the next, we have some ledger paper here with a pocket, and it's a glassine bag with another duck. And then we have a tag in there with some mallards and journaling room on the back. Piece of fine art paper, and Mrs. Cog's idea for putting little circles on the end of our strings where we tied our signature together. And I've used some mixed media paper and some check stubs, old check stubs. A little kitty over here playing on our ledger paper. We have a notepad here with a guest check with some birds printed on it, and it's just coffee paper on the inside. These are printables, digitals. Let me see if I can remember. It might be my Porch Prints, I'm not sure. Over here we have another native flower with a kitty, and inside we have a tag of a bee, and this is on Patience chart paper. And then a horse cut out. Over here on this page we have a piece of digital advertisement from Louise Heinzel's shop on Etsy, and we are featuring the horses. We have 2 pockets here, and they have some advertising pieces of ephemera here for farms. And then up top we have the farmers putting in the hay with the pitchforks on the hay wagon. It's loose hay, it's not baled hay, with 2 horses pulling the wagon. This flips open like this, and then back, and then open like this. That is on a piece of mixed media paper. On the back side we have our blue jay. Over here we have another ruffle with a button and the horses. Then on this one we have a piece of junk envelope, and I have sewn it, put it over the edge of our paper, top edge of our paper, and then stitched it in half, so I had 2 pockets. And then we're doing our flock of chickens here, advertising for some fresh eggs, and down here some more advertising for eggs. On the back side we have the acetate window that is in our junk mail envelope, and we're featuring the kitty, and that pulls out so that it can be journaled on the back. And then down underneath here we have a kitty climbing a tree, and then we have a little kitten standing on his hind legs playing, and I put a little specimen's label here, and I thought that was cute. It's just a kitty specimen. We have some echo print paper, We have a large paper pad that's held in place with this clip. And this is a habitat for bees to live in. That's just a bunch of logs or tubular type sticks or whatever that the bees can crawl into. And then we have our paper pad, and it's just coffee stained copy paper. It's 28-pound copy paper. And get that clip on. Some more eco print paper with a mushroom in our ruffle down here. Lots of journaling space. We have a piece of paper, again, from Louise Heinzel that was just folded in half and then attached to the side of our page and again stitched in half. So I had 2 pockets on the top and then just 1 pocket in the back with a large tag here. And this is just some samples of all of our veggies that we grow. And we have a piece of paper for journaling on and a tag with a sample again in a basket of our fruits and veggies. On the other side, we have a butterfly on a laetris, some pears. We're at the farmer's market with all of our goodies. And then a piece of paper for journaling on and another large tag with a sample of more of our vegetables. Journaling space. And then on this one, we have a tri-fold, very large tag held in place with a paper clip that has a little banner type thing with a flower on it. And then we have our pitchfork where we're digging in the dirt so that we can plant, and then this flips open like this. And fold it over on the other side, and you will notice that this is the tri-fold, so you have room for journaling there. And then it opens up this way for more room for journaling here. Held in place, like I say, with our paper clip so it doesn't flap around. And get it on there right. Then we have another bee habitat here, bee house. And this is an envelope. And then inside the envelope we have a large tag. And this is our potting shed. And then that flips open and it's on a piece of invoice paper. Folded over on the other side, we have the other flap of our envelope with a native flower and some of our preserves from all of our veggies and fruits that we have grown. This is a piece of ledger paper that has been made into a pocket. We have all of our tools along the fence line, another bee habitat, a bee house, and then this is a piece of 1987 business size checkbook check stub. And then on the back we have some more of our foliage stained copy paper with some peaches. Journaling paper, we have a piece of vellum with one of my pressed flowers in it. On the back side of the vellum, we have layered some paper, we have some more of our veggies, and we have a little pocket here with a piece of writing paper tucked inside. We have a piece of fine art paper, journaling space. Then we have a pocket that's been made out of the boiled eco print paper here. And inside that pocket, we have a little field notes mini journal that has lots of room for writing on inside. Keep some notes and track of some records here. Journaling space, we have a bird, and I think that's called rock cress. And then this is one of my watercolor sketches that I did down by the river, and obviously it's the cattails. And then we have this little swivel thing that comes out, and you can open it up to write on there. So that gives a little bit more journaling space there. We have our tools again hanging on the back side of our tool shed. And then this pocket has, or this element here has 2 pockets, one in the front that has another little tag that has 2 pockets on the tag. And this was gifted to me. My friend sent it to me to show me of the wonderful things that she makes. And it has some of my sketches of mushrooms in the front and on the back. And that goes down inside here. And then at the top, we have a larger tag here with some journaling space. And this is on mixed media paper. On the back, we have the same thing, only the tag up here has some different elements. It has carrots on it. And then we have a picture down here of our farmer's wagon for our farmer's market. Eco print paper. We're into the permaculture section of our book now, which is the last signature. And we have some more of the fabric ruffle. Over here we have some architectural paper. It's too wide, so I folded it to make a flap, but I saved all of this room for journaling. Made a nice little pocket here, and you pull this out, and our first tree is the oak tree, and you can journal on the back. And this is a time card. On the back here we have a piece of paper inside, a large journal that a large journal card that identifies the different types of oak trees. And this is one of my sketches that I did recently for fall time of the oak acorns. Over here we have a large paper pad. It has a pocket on the front with a little tag down here that has some cherries on it. And then inside this pocket up here, we have some black walnuts. There we go. And then it flips open for some paper to journal on. A big bee on the back side, some more paper ruffle. Here we have our waterfall feature. This is what I seen by 49 Dragonflies. Barbara was showing her version of it that her friend had made. And I have 5 envelopes on mine, and this is featuring all the different berries that can be grown in our permaculture garden. And each of these envelopes has a tag inside that can be used for some journaling, some documenting. And then they just go right inside there like that. And that's on a piece of mixed media paper. Another bee, fine art paper, writing paper. We have some ledger paper that has been layered to make pockets, one on the front, and it has our maple buckets on our maple trees collecting the syrup. A tag that has our information about our locust trees. And then inside we have some mountain ash information on this tag, and room for journaling on both of those tags. And on the back side, we have lots of journaling, lots of room for documenting here on these ledger papers. Journaling room. Over here, we're promoting the cherries and the plums. We have a little mushroom paper clip, and this is a large journal card that can be written on the back. We have an over the page tag held on by a clip. It just slides off, and we have on the front of our tag, we have a pocket, and on the back of our tag, we have a pocket. On the inside, we have some information about the Eastern hop hornbeam and the American basswood. So we'll put this, and it just sets right over top of our page, just like this. Close that. Then we have a patience chart here, and this one is, I think, the black walnut, and this one is the black cherry, I think, or it's the other way around. But we have a pocket on a patience chart, a side or a bottom tuck spot, not a pocket, and then we have this large tag for journaling on. Backside, we have a leaf cutter bee, journal space. We have the other part to our architectural paper. We have our hemlock tree here, and then we have the cone-bearing trees identification card here that can be journaled on, and inside, I believe these are the black walnuts, and journaling on the back here. I like to put the large tags in this journal. And we have some more of our paper ruffle with a horse. We are now on the inside of the back cover. So on this page, I have made a pocket. We have the 4 seasons here with the trees, and inside the pocket I have a journal writing board. I have been putting these in previous journals. I haven't made it in the last couple of ones, but I thought maybe this one probably needed it. So in it goes for her convenience. I want to thank you for joining me as we do a flip through this beautiful permaculture, agriculture, farming journal. I'm hoping you have a great day, and we shall see you again soon. Bye now.